Hello, I am Miss Moonlit Charm and I will be making an avatar today. But first, we need a plan. Starting with step 1, which is research. We need an idea, and my idea was a doll. Well, it didn't really start with a doll. I was just gonna draw a person, but that was literally just me. And that was weird, so I'm gonna draw the closest thing resembling a human, which is a doll. And I wanted to add my love for all things vintage to her. Gowns, corsets, fancy hats, you name it, she has it. And after researching a bit, it turns out that this is a very common idea people have, and I really didn't need to invent anything. But anyways, with the idea set, we can now move on to step 2, which is the sketch. I'm sorry, I heard it, you have to listen to it as well. What song is that? It's continued on for 15 minutes straight. Anyways, I tried out different expressions for her and different ways of drawing the veil. I did say I want her to have a veil, right? Well, I do. I think they look cool. And after trial and error, I ended up with this beautiful baby, which ends up haunting me later. For now, we can move on to step 3, which is the base. Since I'm very much a traditional art girly, I don't have anything to draw it digitally on, so I'm gonna be making a stylus pen. But Miss Moonlit Charm, why would you draw it digitally if you like traditional art? To that, I say I can't draw the same thing twice, in case you couldn't tell.
We don't talk about that one. It's some form of expression, I think. We don't talk about that either.
They all wanted the same materials except one which wanted non-insulated copper wire. I have this. Does this count? Yes it does. So after gathering all the materials, I started to follow the tutorials. I emptied the pen and also cut the wire with scissors. I will do that a lot, so please, if you cringe, I'm sorry. Added the wire into the pen. And I got the Q-tip, which I will also cut with scissors. Oh my god, okay, just get it over with. And after all that torture, you can finally put them together. And wrapping it with aluminium foil was so satisfying. Listen to this. Isn't that so cool? Anyways, I finished it up and I can't show you if it works because I'm filming with the phone, so moving on. And now the part that took me forever. Bear with me. I started with tracing the sketch. Mistake number 1. While doing that, I also made it overly symmetrical, which was mistake number 2. Took away all her personality. Those 2 mistakes alone started a long spiral. I added color because I thought I was done here. But no, look at it, it looks hideous. I decided it was the eyebrows. The eyebrows had to go. I mean, obviously. And so I did. But now I still hate it and I don't know why. So I added unnecessary details. Made it completely unsymmetrical. Then I decided maybe it was the veil that would bring everything together. I added that and I added it unsymmetrical as well. And I kept flicking between the sketch and the drawing, the sketch and the drawing, and it was so sad. This is sped up for you. It took too long. This is not a bit. I actually sat there for so long. And so I started changing random stuff that I don't even know I was doing at this point. It looked horrible at the time, but now it's not even that bad. I tried different colors with the veils, thinking that would help. It didn't. And I sat there and looked at it for, I kid you not, 10 minutes straight. The worst part, it didn't even look that bad. It just didn't live up to my beautiful, amazing sketch that I made. So after sulking for far too long, I started changing it without looking at the sketch. Just adding what I thought would look pretty. I tried more colors on her, but I didn't like it, so I decided to remove all of it and then start from the basics again. Fix the features first, and that's what I did. changed up her veil, added her little hat, bonnet, whatever you want to call it. I added lots of ruffles by hand, which didn't take that long at all, except that inner one, because I drew it in the wrong direction and I had to redo the whole thing. But she looked very cute. I love ruffles. Here's a side note for you. This entire time, the pen needed to be wet while working, and I kept the water in a seashell because I'm just so filled with whimsy. Anyways, back to the drawing. I didn't know what color to give the hat. Tried beige, tried brown, those are my two favorite colors, but they weren't giving. So I tried a new one, which is pink, and I loved it so much. She looked adorable. Look at this little baby, and she's so cute. Added her veil as well, and she is turning out so amazing. Of course, added even more ruffles, and she finally got her skin tone back. I also made her bow, which I put off camera for some reason. Trust me, it's there. Again, trying even more colors. There's a lot of coloring here. You have to bear with me. I'm sorry, I have nothing else to do here. Are we getting bored? Here's a visual representation of what I looked like when I was drawing. Just imagine a phone there. But yes, thank you. And back we go. I tried removing her hat in case nobody liked it, but look, she looked so sad without it, so I had to give it back to her. More ruffles, of course. Then I decided to change those beautiful ruffles at her collar, but I ended up fixing it later. So at this point I was quite happy with it, and I wanted to finish her up quickly so I could move on. So I happily saved her. But remember when I said I made her completely unsymmetrical? Yeah, look at this. Beautiful, right? Then you flip it. So I ever so politely went back to take away her personality. Fixed the hat, the eyes, the face, the mouth, whatever. And I also changed her eyes for some reason. But look, they look so pretty now, look at it. I quite like them. Also fixed the ruffles. Told you I would. Then I also changed the brush, which was perfect because it has my name in it, but this one also does. And now the final step. Don't check your imaginary watch. Didn't know it was so sassy. Step 4, accessories. For accessories, I meant expressions and hands, which were very easy to draw because I used an ancient technique called cheating, and I drew the doll joints on my knuckles. Yeah, I don't know what that was either. So these are some of the reference pictures I took, and in case you were wondering, yes, it washed off just fine. So I started tracing the pictures. Now, listen, I can draw hands just fine, I'm just not gonna suffer to draw them digitally. Look how horrible my lines are. This is one batch, and this is the other. I did unfortunately make one batch a little bit thicker, so I had to go back to thin it out one by one. Look at it, isn't it much better? And with that, we're done! Now I just had to sit there and save it expression by expression and hand gesture by hand gesture, which took forever, and it's probably not all of them. There's probably more combinations I never saved, and I never will, because they're all starting to look exactly the same to me and I can't even tell them apart anymore. Wanna test it out? Oh, how lovely! You've arrived just in time for tea! Do make yourself comfortable. This is not a formal gathering, merely a moment of reflection. I trust you found the process entertaining? Splendid. Now then, shall we adjourn? I believe it is time for you to embark on a new quest. Until we meet again. Okay, bye.